Hey everyone, and welcome to another edition of my live tea tasting. Tonight I've got another exciting flavor for you guys. 'Tis the season, so I've got some Christmas. That's right, there's an actual Christmas holiday tea, and I'm going to be tasting it for you tonight. Now this one I haven't tasted before. I'm really curious about it. Welcome, whoever you are. It's not telling me who it is yet, but hello, welcome. Thanks for showing up. Tonight's flavor I'm really excited about because just the ingredients, the ingredients list on this is absolutely like scrumptious. I never thought I'd actually use that word seriously, but I can't think of a better adjective. Welcome, you guys. Two more people popped in. Thanks for joining me. Once your names pop up, I'll say hi personally. Shanna, welcome. Hey, there we go. We have one name. So I'm going to go ahead and start the water. Ralph, what's up? Welcome. All right, so this is going to be a really great tea. It's a black tea. So it's going to be... Nicole, welcome. It's going to be a black tea, so I'm going to heat up my water to 212 degrees. And it's going to be... Yes, you were first. You get the award for earliest visitor, earliest shower upper. I don't know, that's my title for you. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. It's gonna be a 5-minute steep, as usual. Jazzy, welcome. As usual, that's what we do for black teas. So I'm gonna go ahead and read off this list, and you're gonna see it's gonna be just as exciting for you as it is for me. There's gonna be black tea, of course. There's cinnamon bark, orange peels, natural spice flavor. So I'm assuming it's gonna be something like cinnamon or something. Well, I mean, aside from the cinnamon bark, cloves, ginger root, natural ginger flavor, and natural cinnamon flavor. So I'm expecting something that's gonna be nice and spicy. I don't see now. I was expecting. I don't know why, but I was expecting there to be some sort of mint in here. There's one that's a candy cane that's really good. It's not. There's no mint in here. I don't know why I was thinking that there should be, but there should be. So I'm gonna go ahead. Cinnamon bark. Didn't that kill Curly? I have no idea. Who's Curly? I have no idea who that is. But I'm going to go ahead and open this puppy up and see where tonight takes us. Oh, there we go. Ooh, it smells nice already. Alright, I haven't even opened it up fully. Okay. Oh, it's a Seinfeld joke? Okay, well, I haven't seen that show in ages, so it's over my head. But anyway, okay, first impressions. Now, it's a mostly black tea. I'm not really picking up much of anything else. I mean, you could smell the cinnamon, you could smell the ginger. But overall, it's mostly a black tea. So I'm hoping that the black tea doesn't overpower all the other flavors, because that sometimes happens. But we'll find out. I'm going to go ahead and pour some of this out. It's not a very strong flavor, a strong smell. It's usually a little bit, yeah, the cloves aren't really that strong in this one. There we go. Hey, Teresa, welcome. So I'm going to show you guys what this looks like. It's a really dark tea. Like, there's not much color in it at all. Like, you have the black, the brown, and whatever that little yellow piece is. I'm assuming that that's a piece of orange. Like one of the orange peels. But, yeah, there's not a whole lot of color going on. Hey, Izzy, welcome! Whoops, I kind of lost you for a second. And also, you can see right here, I don't have a whole lot. It's a good amount. We're going to compare that after it's steeped. You'll see. I'm assuming it's going to rise to about halfway up, but that's just what. Olga, welcome. That's just what I'm imagining. There we go. So the water is about to pop. I can hear it. I can hear it starting to boil, which I'm grateful for because I'm so ready to get this party started. So let me just go ahead and go to the website. So it's got like a very earthy scent to it. You know, there's not a whole lot of variation. There's not a whole lot of strong undertones. If there is any, it's going to be mostly just the cinnamon, maybe the cloves, but I can't really smell it all too strong. And my water is steaming. I'm keeping an ear out on it. Oh, there it is. It's about to pop. I heard it. I heard something going. There we go. I was a little bit early. And I still have got to... I keep forgetting to get a timer. I was supposed to do that a couple weeks ago. Was it last week or something, Shanna? It was either last week or the week before. I'm never good at keeping time. But I'm going to get myself a separate timer so that I don't have to keep relying on my computer clock. So let me see, it's 8:08, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yes, I totally use my fingers. At 8:13, I'm going to pull the water out. I mean, not the water, I'm going to pull the tea out. And we're going to get going. I have not decided the cow or the duck yet. That's the one deciding factor that I'm still going back and forth on. And you know how I am when it comes to deciding on my tea stuff. Like you've done enough tea shopping with me to know that I'm very undecisive. I sit there and I think about all my options. I mean, how long did we wait until I decided to get the teapot? Like at least half an hour at both stores, you know. So that was kind of telling about what the decision process is. But anyway, so right off the bat, I'm not getting a whole lot of scent from it. Like an hour yeah, exactly, like half an hour per store. It was awful. I'm sure it was torturous for you watching me pace and decide and just going, oh man, I don't know if I should, but then, you know, some good stuff. But yeah, ultimately I fell victim to my own obsessions and I sprung for it. That and it was half off, so who can go wrong? But yeah, that was, as a matter of fact, I didn't even show you guys, did I? I know you were trying to be a bad influence, but it happens. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys because I didn't premiere it yet. But check it out! Isn't that a beauty? Look at that! It's got a really nice design to it. Chicken, welcome! It's got a really nice dragon design to it, and I'm assuming that these right here are like lotus flowers, but I can't really tell. But check out the detail on the scales. That's some beautiful stuff right there. And then you come around through here. You have the head, the snout, and it even has teacups that match. I think that this is like a really nice touch right there. And it's all cast iron. It's all pretty heavy. And no regrets. I love this thing. No, you can't have it, Jazzy. It's mine. It's mine. Thanks. Thanks, Sarah. Oh, man. But I definitely do not regret buying that. It's beautiful to look at. Right now, it's just for decoration, but I do plan on using it at some point once I have a tea-loving guest. So we'll see. All right, it's 8:11. I got 2 more minutes until I pull the water out, the tea out. I'm debating whether or not I want to understeep it a little bit because these flavor teas tend to be a bit strong with the black, and I like to understeep it so that it gives the underlying flavors a little bit more of a chance. The fishes and the sharks in the back, I didn't. There's no fishes in the sharks, unless I missed something. Oh no, the fishes. Oh, that was. I just noticed. No, that was. Yeah, that was my a picture of me, my sister, and her now husband, then boyfriend at the time. We went to the aquarium, so we took that picture, and yeah, we're one big happy family. But anyway, looks like we have 1 minute to go. Yeah, the picture, I didn't think about that. I thought you meant on the teapot, that there was a detail I missed, and then when I looked up, I'm like, oh, that picture. See, my sister's such a ham. That face of hers just she was eating the red icy or something like that. So she was showing that off. But yeah, anyway. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye out because there's 1 minute left. I don't want to oversteep it. I don't want to play around with this tea because, like I said before, the black tea tends to be a bit strong, and I don't want it to overpower the other flavors too much. That's what you notice. Of course, you have this really big, beautiful teapot right in front of you. You're like, oh, fishies! Miss out on the big picture here. No, I'm just kidding. Looks like it's 8:13, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this out real quick. And I want to make sure not to leave it. Ouch. Oh, it's hot. Yeah, I'm still not used to this teapot. The cast iron one, it generates a lot of heat, conducts it, and one wrong move, you lose a finger. Whew. And also, I've pre-sweetened the pot as usual with some stevia. And this stuff, it's my sweetener of choice. Like, I love it. Hey Pam, welcome. Glad you could make it. Uh-oh. I left a ring. Nope, that's not good. Okay, right off the bat, like, I just pulled out the tea, and you get this really strong black tea scent. I'm not picking up anything else. It's just right now, let me see. Yeah, it's like all black tea with, you get some of the orange a little bit, but not as much as I was hoping for. But yeah, there's a lot of just strong black tea scent to it. And now I'm trying to pull this thing out. There we go. Without spilling any more. Yeah. I'm trying not to make a mess this week. New Year's resolution here. I'm vowing not to make any unnecessary messes, which I'm probably going to break really, really soon. So, even before the New Year is over. Oh, there we go. So it looks like I actually underestimated the change. You see there's a huge difference between what it was and what it is now. It started about here, but now it's almost tripled in size. So you see how much it was processed, dried out to the point where it was such a small cut of a leaf, and now this thing is really huge. So it tripled in size, basically. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, I'm not used to talking and hiccuping at the same time. So before I pour my glass, I want to note. Some of you guys saw the picture earlier. I'm debuting another one of my treasures, Mr. T. That's right, I officially have a title, and it's Mr. So you can call me Mr. T all you want. But this was a Secret Santa gift from a coworker. Her name is Katrina, and it blew me away. I'm so grateful. Thank you again if you're watching. If you're watching this on YouTube later, thank you again because this made my day. Okay, so without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and start the pouring trying not to knock anything over. There we go. Grabbing. Ooh, this stuff, it's always heavy. So you can see it's got a really dark look to it. It's very bronze, very brown and black, very dark. There's not a whole lot of color in this, of course, because there was no color in the there was no color in the first place. You see, that's even the part that's usually red on the rim is more brown, dark. That tiny bit of yellow on the edge. It's indicative that this is going to be a really strong tasting tea, and you know I'm looking forward to it. I'm hoping that the undertones aren't overpowered too much, but if they are, then you know it is what it is. I'll tell you guys. But you know the scent of it, really strong black tea. It's Ceylon. It's Ceylon tea, which is the traditional black tea that's used in pretty much everything. Let me pull this up. Ow, it's hot. It's burning my fingers. Okay. Ow. Ooh, like it's burning right here. Anyway, okay, first impression. You get a lot of the black tea. Well, yeah, Ceylon it's a really strong, really rich tea. It's easy to mess up. So you gotta be careful sometimes when you make this tea, because if you don't time it just right, you can oversteep it kind of easily. Not super easy like some teas, but this one, it's definitely one that you have to keep an eye on. First impressions, I'm getting a lot of the black tea flavor. It's not completely black. I'm glad that the overtones aren't too strong. You know, they're not overpowering the other flavors, and surprisingly, it's kind of creamy. I wasn't expecting that. It's slightly creamy, but not sweet, not in the bit. Now you do get to taste a little bit of the orange, but you have to kind of search for it. There is there's not very many strong flavors, and it's not exactly what I was expecting. I was expecting something more Christmassy. You know, when you talk about cinnamon, you talk about cloves, you talk about what was the other one? Like they call it spiced. It's not really spicy. I was expecting kind of like a chai, but yeah, not in the least. Like it's the portions of it are kind of disproportionate, if that makes sense. Like you have the overpowering black tea, and then subtle semitones of everything else. So it's mostly an earthy tea. It's kind of hard to describe. So I'm gonna go to the book. Let's see. I'm so glad I picked this book up because it helps me a lot. Mickerdoodles, welcome. So we'll start off with earthy. Surprisingly, I would say it's got a little bit of a cellar flavor to it. It's got a little bit of cellar, a little bit. Well, I don't know what the difference between humidity and wet is, but there's a lot of. I would say that it's closest to earth and cellar kind of flavor. Let me see if there's an undertone. It's not really spicy. It's kind of milky. Happy holidays to you too. Welcome, welcome. Let's see. There's no. Yeah, I'm gonna have to stick with earthy, maybe a little bit woody. They have. Okay, so I'm gonna go with cellar and damp earth. I think that kind of sums it up with a little bit of the overtones from the orange and the cinnamon. But other than that, like you don't get a huge amount of spice. You don't get a huge amount of the cloves at all. I'm slightly disappointed. I was hoping for something more spicy, something more invigorating for the tongue. I mean, it's not a bad tea. It's just I had higher expectations. Maybe if there was some mint in it, that might make it more Christmassy. There's a candy cane tea that I like that's got actual pieces of candy cane in it, and that's more towards the Christmassy season. You know, it doesn't really feel very Christmassy. I like it. It's good for general tea, but as far like if you're in the mood for something festive, I wouldn't recommend it. I would just say this is a regular tea. Do I have any peppermint or spearmint? I do. I have peppermint tea, but I don't know how I'd be able to steep it right now. I can try, because I do have another infuser. I mean, yeah, why not experiment a little, right? I mean, that's what life is all about. So, yeah, let's do that. I'm going to steep some peppermint in there. See if that does the trick. I have to dig out my my 1 pound bag. It's in here somewhere. I just have to go through a whole lot of tea to get to it. It's all the way in the bottom. And doing it with one hand is not that easy. Because you're gonna see what I have. There we go. I got it. Yeah. I'm pulling it out here. This just came out, and I have all of that tea that I just pulled out. So yeah, you can see I've got tiny bit of a problem. Just a little bit. What was it? You can get peppermint extract in an oil dropper. It might be. Had I been expecting to do it, I'd be more prepared, but this is just something that I'm experimenting with off the cuff. But yeah, it absolutely would be a little bit easier. Oh, but I would have nowhere to put the wet thing. Yeah, I'm slightly unprepared, but then again, which one of my streams has been completely prepped ahead of time? You know what I can do? I'm gonna use my matcha bowl. Yes, that's right. I'm gonna use my matcha bowl. When in doubt, improvise, right? They don't call me Mr. T for nothing. I am becoming Mr. Mad Scientist right now. Did I show what off? My mug? Yeah. Mari, welcome. I'm gonna use 1 teaspoon of peppermint because I don't want to make that much of a difference. Actually, you know what? Oh, the bowl? No, I didn't use the bowl yet. I well, no, I didn't use the bowl. I didn't show it off yet. I could. It's right over here. I've had it for a couple of weeks now. But yeah, thanks for reminding me. I might as well do something with the steeping time if I'm going to... I just dropped it. If I'm going to... I'm trying to get it to go in. There we go. All right, so I now have a little extra time while this thing steeps. So I'm going to show you guys my newest addition, my matcha bowl. If I can get some good light here. Okay. So this is my matcha bowl, and I love this thing. I was watching this thing for weeks. Hey, Carmen, welcome. I was watching this thing for weeks. It was love at first sight. I wanted it. It's ceramic, but it's made to look like it came out of the ocean. And I forgot the name of it. It was like, what, Seascape or something like that? Every bowl has a unique design that they had. And this one caught my eye right away. As you guys know, I love anything that's water related, anything that's like has to do with the sea. I love it. I'm going to use this once I do my matcha tea special. I'm looking forward to it, you guys, because I want to learn how to do the entire ceremony, the tea ceremony, and I need to start researching. I can't even say I need to start researching because I've been researching, but it's not something that I've been watching regularly. So I want to sit down, learn, take notes. I might even do it because I have a 4-day weekend coming up. I don't have any plans, so I'm going to sit down and watch a tea ceremony, make some observations, and I'll bring it to you guys shortly. Because this is something that, like, when I saw it being done, it really blew me away. I loved the whole... Lucas, welcome! I love the whole respect that they had, not only for the people involved, but also for the tea itself. Like, they paid homage to the tea, and it was fantastic. So I'm going to sit there. I'm going to do some research, take notes, and I'll present to you guys once I have everything down pat. I'll present to you guys the matcha ceremony, and it's exciting because I love bringing you guys new things. You guys, like, you just absolutely love it, and you know, it brings joy to me to bring it to you. The tea ceremony, is it like the Eyes Wide Shut scene? I've never seen that movie, but I kind of know what you're getting at, and no, it's not like that. It's not like that at all. Sorry to disappoint you, and there are no tea bags involved either, because it's a powdered tea, so I can understand if you're less interested, but yeah, there won't be any tea bags in that one. Sorry. So I think that's enough time. Maybe? Yeah, I know, sorry. Okay, so I have a little bit of tea, of the peppermint in there. And I'm going to switch it over. There we go. So we're going to see if the peppermint makes a difference. I'm hoping it makes it more Christmassy. We'll see. It kind of makes it more bitter. Yeah, it didn't have the effect that I was hoping for. Usually I love to add peppermint to pretty much anything, but this kind of, it clashes a little bit with the cinnamon, giving it a little bit of a bitter aftertaste, and probably the orange peels as well. Like you're getting it's bringing out the orange a bit more, but not in a good way. It's bringing out more the peel than the orange. So yeah, this was not a good idea. Luckily, I drank enough of the tea so that it's not going into what's in the pot. So it's not going to ruin. Well, I mean, it didn't even ruin this one very much. Hey Ma, welcome. It didn't ruin the black tea very much, but it's also not doing it any favors. You know? Yeah, I know how you feel about those orange peels. It's not good. It's just like the orange just kind of bitters it up. I prefer orange rooibos where they use actual orange flavor rather than the peel. Yeah, that's a much better feel for it. I think maybe if they put candy cane in it, it might come out a little bit better just because it's a sugary mint versus just straight up peppermint. That might be the difference between good and bad, but I mean, there's not much I can do about it right now. I mean, it's still not a bad flavor. It's just a little bit more bitter than it should be. What's a starlight mint? I've never heard of that. Like is that a liquid mint or? It sounds like something that you get from space. It's just starlight. Or you get like a hippie. You get a hippie vibe from it. Yeah, that mint. Ooh, now it's getting a little bit cooler. Yeah, that mint is a little bit strong. Oof. Yeah, this was not a good idea. Live and learn. You're not going to be perfect all the time. Just most. Ooh, I'm going to put that down for a bit. Because, yeah, that peppermint, like, it's kind of giving it more of a shoe leather kind of taste to it. Not in a good way, not like the lapsang. Lapsang, it just smells like a Payless, but it tastes like barbecue. This one tastes like a Payless, if that makes sense. It's more shoe leathery. This was, whew. You can see it on my face. Like I am not hiding it well. It's just like no. Yeah, I've had a few regrets. Maybe I'll put in a little bit of lemon. Wouldn't hurt. Yeah, let's put in because I have the lemon powder. I don't use it very often with black teas. Spearmint tea instead of peppermint. It's a lighter taste. It might work. I don't have any with me right now, but you know what? Let's go for broke here. I'm going to use some of the lemon and some of the honey. So I'm going to put a little bit of lemon here. And the rest of the packet in here. There we go. Ooh, that lemon is like really, really strong. Ooh, that came out really strong. Yeah, that kind of helps. That helps a bit. Let me get the honey too. I'm going to put the honey not in the cup, but in the pot. I think that might do better. Because I want to get a good comparison. No! I love this pump, but it takes a little bit long to recover. You can see it's going up little by little. Yeah, I'm getting impatient. Oh. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm doing here. I'm experimenting. Which I'm allowed to do. I'm a big boy. Okay, there we go. So without honey, let's see how it works. Now this is just with the lemon. Yeah, that definitely helps. The lemon, I think I might have put a little bit too much. They say that one of those packets equals about a slice. So maybe this whole would have gotten better in the pot, but yeah, it's. I think I might have overpowered it a little bit. I tried to do it half and half, but we'll see. I mean, it's definitely better than what it was, but I think I've backed myself into a bit of a corner here. Yeah, definitely backed myself into a corner. There is too much lemon in this. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, plan C, I'm gonna pour everything back into there, stir it all up so that it spreads better. Ooh, I just spilled a little bit. There we go. And pouring it out, take two. Oh, that actually gives it a bit more color too. Like it actually looks a lot lighter. Oh, and I spilled a little bit on here too. I keep making a mess. Like I can't even blame the baby this week. This is all me. There we go. All right, let's take this again, shall we? Okay, yeah. It tastes a lot better now. Now that everything is included with the lemon and the honey, it lightens the flavor a lot. Let me see. It gives it more of a relatable flavor. Like, without the honey and the lemon and the sugar, you get this flavor of, like, it's just an ordinary black tea with slight undertones of orange and cinnamon, but now with everything in it, it gives it a more palpable taste. Like, it tastes sweeter. It brings out the zest more. So after 3 tries, I finally got a good balance. Yeah, I would totally, okay. This is a lot better than I thought it was going to be. You can barely taste the peppermint now. I guess it's because it diluted itself when I poured it out into the bigger pot. So I'm not getting as much peppermint, but I'm getting more of the lemon, more of the honey, and even a little bit more of the stevia. Oh, I just heard screaming or something. somebody said something. I don't know. But anyway, so I'm gonna go ahead and open up the floor. Do you guys have any questions, any comments, anything you want to talk about? I'm here. Oh, my computer went to sleep. There we go. Yeah, somebody probably is dying, but you know that's par for the course in this house. Mm. Mr. T. I love this thing. It's awesome. Um, I would buy it again, but I would buy it sparingly. Like maybe once or twice a year I would, but I wouldn't do it on a regular basis. Not like you know how I go for a rooibos, how I go for um jasmine. It took me a minute to remember. It was anything rooibos, anything jasmine. Those kind of flavors I prefer, but yeah, I wouldn't say that this is my top choice. It's not bad. Um, it's just really it's not Earl Grey. You guys like I'm like Earl Grey. But this is like Earl Grey is here. Christmas is about yay here. So it's a good distance away from it. Um, so it's like in between. What dessert would go through? Okay, have a good night, Jazzy. I hope you enjoy it, and I'll talk to you later. So dessert that would go with this one. I don't think that this is a really a dessert kind of tea. Um, I mean it's a general black tea. I would say more like toast and jelly. I would go with that. Um, but nothing really sweet. I can't. I can't think of anything um, offhand because the black tea is very overpowering. So if you're gonna go with a dessert, I would go with a very light flavored cookie. Um, what do you mean? I didn't. What do you mean? How dare me? I didn't do anything. I'm just saying it's not a dessert tea. Just same thing as Lapsang Sao Chong. It's not exactly a dessert tea. I found out the hard way when I tried to eat it with barbecue chips. Ah, that was awful. Pecan sandy. Maybe I don't know. I've never had one, but pecan. I can see how the taste would be tempting. Yeah, definitely like a classic tea and crumpet kind of thing. Peppermint bark? No, because you saw how it went with the peppermint tea. That didn't go so well. So I would not recommend anything minty to go along with it. But yeah, a crumpet, from what I gather, is kind of like an English muffin kind of flavor to it. Not very strong. I think that in this case, the tea flavor should win over the dessert flavor because the dessert flavor, anything sweet might corrupt the tea a little bit, if you ask me. I'm assuming. Ooh, that's good. Now with everything in there and it's cooling down, it's a lot better. That actually sounds good. Gino, welcome. I've never had crumpet with orange marmalade. That's something I've never actually had crumpets. Now that you mention it, I assume that they'll have it at World Market. If they do, we're gonna go ahead and get some because I'm very very curious. As a matter of fact, I'm sure they have crumpets there, so we'll prepare whenever we do that tea party all together, you, me, and Nicole. We'll get some crumpets, and we'll make it. They don't. Oh, they should have the mixture though, right? I remember that we were talking about it. There was something. I mean, if you know how to make it, then great. We'll have to rely on you for the crumpets. If that's what you want to do. I mean, I don't want to make the decision for you, but they might have the mix. Well, we'll have to. Well, next time we go, we'll have to keep an eye out for it. Yeah, we'll jot that down as a thing to do later. But yeah, it's like I think that this tea is really better off on its own. Like I wouldn't really want to match or pair anything up with it. It's fine the way that it is. So, anybody else got questions, comments? I'm looking over some. I keep getting these random messages, and I realize I forgot to sign out of something. But hey, live and learn, right? I'm always slightly unprepared. That's part of my charm. I wonder. New cup. I have to see what the capacity is, but it's really not. I don't know. It's really not fair because I had to pour it out, put it back in, pour it out, put it back in. So I'm trying to top myself off. Plus, I haven't even finished one cup yet, technically, because I poured everything back in. So let's see. Ow, I bit my tongue. How do you bite a tongue while you're drinking? Oh my god, only me. It's like I'm that much of a klutz that I don't bite my tongue when I'm supposed to be chewing. I bite my tongue when I'm drinking. Ugh. Alright, anyway. Thank you! I nearly spit everything out because I like clipped the tip. I was like, ah! It's okay though. I'm not bleeding. Am I bleeding? You tell me. Yeah, no, I'm not bleeding. I'm good. It wouldn't be the, yeah, that is a Nicole trick. I've been hanging around her way too long. I think that it's kind of, rubbing off on me. That's what she said. There's always got to be at least that's what she said joke also. It's unpreparedness and that's what she said. I will need a bubble? A bubble for what? Hey, we're not judging you, we're just observing it. I'm not saying nothing. Oh, a bubble to protect me. Yeah, okay. I now I get it. I'm a little slow on the uptake sometimes. They've probably got like a wholesale thing on Nicole Bubbles. But that's okay. What are we gonna do, you know? I actually have a bunch of bubble wrap, like right here. Yeah, a little bit. But that's still part of my charm, right? I'm a little bit slow, but in a good way. Your bubbles rock? Well, if your bubbles are made of rocks, that kind of defeats the purpose. But anyway, we're like way off topic now. At this point, it's just like, wow, this is going back to last week's stream when Anna was spending about 20 minutes talking about her dress. Like we got derailed so bad on that one, but oh, what a great way to go. I can't have any bubble or any tea from you. Why not? Don't you like to share? I love to share my tea. You guys know that. Oh. Anyway, was that you can't do cloves and tea? Well, I think that you can do this one because you don't really taste it. It's mostly the black tea. Like there's very very low spice to it. Like you can barely taste it. Yeah, I absolutely am a tea pusher. I am not gonna deny it, cause that's just what I do. And I push them while making dad jokes and tea puns. So that just makes it impossible for people to say no. That's my trick. I make a tea pun while I hand you some tea, and you're so busy laughing you can't reject it, and that's how I get you. We're revealing all kinds of secrets today. So I'm gonna go ahead and try to finish off this cup. I don't know how much is left. I'm trying not to go too fast, but I feel like I'm behind. Like, it's already 8:52, and I haven't even finished one cup yet. That's a sign of a good stream. Like, time flies, and you haven't even gotten too involved in it. I'm trying to at least finish off the pot so that we can get a sense of the time. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm almost done. All done. So now I'm about where I should be in the stream as far as the tea quantity is there. But yeah, I'm all caught up mentally. Well, I wouldn't say mentally, but I'm on schedule. All right, so guys, throw it at me. Whatever you got, I'll let you know. I'm getting a lot less flavor for the whatchamacallit, the shoe leather kind of taste. Like the lemon is really doing a lot for it. I would suggest using lemon with this tea. It helps a lot. This isn't the tea that I thought it would be. I was hoping for a little bit more festive, a little bit more bright, shiny. This is pure black tea. If you guys like regular English breakfast Ceylon with a little bit of undertones, that's fine. If you're expecting something festive, I wouldn't recommend it for your mood. But yeah, I mean, that being said, yeah, no, there's no party in my mouth right now. That was probably Izzy. That was an Izzy joke. I can tell. Sounds like a tea that you would drink to stay up late for Santa wrapping presents. Yeah, that's more like it. Like, it's a tea that's closer to coffee. But it's not really like a festive, sweet, 'tis the season kind of tea, which is what I was expecting, but I didn't quite get it, which is fine. You actually made that joke, the party in my mouth. I don't know, it kind of sounded like I can hear Izzy saying something like that, but this is the first time for everything. It looks like I was wrong. I don't know what it is. Like, I'm drinking this tea and I see the print on the bottom, and it reminds me of the of that scene from The Usual Suspects. No spoilers, but that, like, that, oh, I don't know, it's like yeah. It happens when somebody starts rubbing off. Yeah, that's absolutely true. Like, when you spend a whole lot of time, that means that you and Izzy's corrupted you, and he's taken over my place in the corruption area. So just as long as you stay corrupted, that's all that really matters. It's like, look, my innocence! Whee! Just toss it right over. It's gone. Okay, so it's 8:55. We got 5 more minutes. You guys have any questions, anything you want to throw at me, go right ahead. I'm almost done with my tea. Oh yeah. Oh, speaking of which, I remember telling you guys the 2 jokes, and I cannot remember what the second one was. Like you're gonna have to tell me, you're gonna have to remind me, Therese, what the second one was. I remember the Roberto one, but I can't remember what the second one is. Don't say it in here because I want to use it again. But I cannot remember what it was for the life of me. My concoction. Which concoction is that? The just putting everything in there at once, or one of my own concoctions that I was coming up with. Speaking of which, I still have to do that stream about the creating a flavor online. I need to find a volunteer for somebody who's going to tape me. So that's something that I want to do because I have a few recipes in mind, and I want to get them down before I forget them. Oh, now that it's getting colder, it's getting more tart. Like the lemon is getting stronger, and you can see in my eyes. It's like, ooh, that's a big one. Oofta. Okay, I'm almost done. Come on, guys, throw it at me. What you got? Okay, just not on a Friday night. We'll do it as like a bonus stream. I mean, honestly, it takes like 2 or 3 minutes, so that wouldn't be a problem to really do. I would have to pre-make the label, but other than that, there's not going to be anything else. Yeah. No. We'll plan something. It's not a big deal. I mean, if you can't do it, I'll find somebody else who's already in the house to do it, because anybody can spare 5 minutes, right? Oh, I got an itch right on my nose that's like, oof, it's messing with me now. She is, I don't know, she's pretty quiet, so she's probably up to no good. She's probably up in her room playing. You know how it is. She's been having a lot of fun with the tea and stuff, so I'm gonna leave her out for the night. Okay, well, it looks like our time is up. My last sip is ready to go. So you guys, just throw one more question at me. I have just enough time for it. Down the hatch. Okay, guys. So I'm gonna get ready to wrap it up. Let me just check something real quick, because I'm debating next week. I have 2 ideas. I want to do. I have a Greek mountain tea that I want to do. I just don't know if I should do it next week or the week after. I'll decide later on this week. Yeah, I'll figure it out. So, I'm going to wrap everything up. Thank you guys for joining me again. Once again, this is the Christmas flavored tea. It's one that I wouldn't recommend as a holiday tea, but just on a regular afternoon, it's fine. Yeah. I'm going to leave the link on my webpage. And I'm going to upload this to YouTube soon after. So, you guys, if you want to try this tea at home, you'll have the link to get it. And until next week, have a great weekend, a great holiday, and I'll see you next time. Bye.